For the NFC, you're looking
All right,
at one
back
wild
on.
card
More
spot
commentary.
left, personally.
What was that again? You
For
think?
the NFC, I think there's one wild card spot left. I think Green Bay makes the playoffs. I think Detroit makes the playoffs.
Is between who?
And
Chicago and who?
Well, wait a minute. What about Tampa Bay and Atlanta?
That's what I'm saying.
I like Tampa better than Atlanta right now for some reason.
Not me. Tampa
I don't
Bay.
like either one of them.
Tampa Bay won that game yesterday by 6 points and had 4 turnovers in the game, plus 4 and won by 1. I don't know about Tampa
They got
Bay.
blown out the week before.
I do like how they respond.
The Niners blew them out.
Sean Payton, did you see him that?
Yes.
They didn't give him. I don't know if they probably gave him some pain medication, and he was doing it. He had to sit up in up at the top after that.
He was in a lot of pain.
He's up in the box. They shot him up.
So wait a minute. So go back through that again. Tell me what you think is going to happen. Green Bay playoffs. Detroit playoffs.
Green Bay wins that division.
Okay. How about NFC East?
Wow.
See, that's anybody, right? It could really be any of those 4 teams.
It could be any of those 4 teams, but only one team from that division goes to the playoffs.
Okay, so we'll say one team from the NFC East. So we got 3 now. You got Packers, Lions,
West, except for that.
for the Niners.
Niners.
Okay, and then it's got to be NFC South, right? There's 2 more wild cards. It's not going to be the Bears. It's going to probably be. You already said the Lions.
Lions get one of them.
Maybe another one from the NFC East. Maybe it will be a Giants.
I see 2 coming out of the South before I see 2 coming out of the East.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I see New Orleans and possibly Atlanta or Tampa Bay coming out of the South.
I think New Orleans is going to win the division.
Atlanta's regressed this year, man.
Atlanta has
A little, except they just beat Carolina by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, they just don't seem. I don't know if it's that defense.
They're not the Atlanta they were last year.
Yeah.
Last year,
Easier schedule.
Yes, that's true. That's true. They seem like a dominant, the best team in the NFC hands down last year. And I mean, I think
if they were at home, they weren't gonna lose until Green Bay knocked them up.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
They need that team, that type of team. They need home field advantage, man.
Yes.
They have dome syndrome. I mean, with not in a dome, they struggle outdoors a little bit in inclement weather.
All right, last thing I'm going to say, I mean, I know we've been talking about this ad nauseum. How, somebody please explain to me how you think you can beat the Packers. How can the Packers be beat? What can it be? I haven't figured it out, and it's okay to say I'm not sure at this point in the season.
For one thing, you got to get pressure on Mr. Rodgers in his neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, all 4 quarters, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be.
It can't just be here and there.
Consistently the whole game.
Because with him, he's the most comfortable quarterback I've seen since Montana. Like, just
Agreed.
I agree.
Sitting there.
I agree.
You know, he's chilling, man. You know what I mean?
He's just waiting for things to develop.
To me, he's almost laughing at you.
Yeah,
He's almost
yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is what you're going to try and do?
He's
Guess
the
what?
man. Yeah.
You know, I'm like 2 steps ahead of you already. You don't even have a chance. So
You got to be a team that can jump on them, on that defense, and get ahead and just see what happens. I mean, I know that they were up 14. Somebody was up 14.
The Falcons were up 14-0.
They didn't continue it, you know. And
Carolina was up on him too.
Yeah.
Yes.
14-3, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I'm starting to think that though that the Packers have a kind of a cat playing with a mouse type of thing with those teams. Like they're like, okay, let's go ahead and.
He's toying with it.
Yesterday, man, they called the horses off in the second half. They didn't hardly play. You know.
No, they're saving themselves to put the beat down.
Yeah.
I think you need to have some of the best
All right.
corners in the
I
game.
take
That's
this,
it.
though.
It's a wrap.
Some of the best
Cooler
corners in the
heads.
game.
Once
Probably.
again,
If they
stay
continue-
tuned.
If they continue to